Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And thanks for being here with me for this 13-minute jump rope and leg workout. So this is what I did the other day before doing some freestyle skipping. And I included a little bit of the freestyle skipping at the end of this jump rope / leg workout. So I'm using a 1/2 pound, 8'6" cross rope. And at the moment, I'm doing the basic 2-foot hop or the basic bounce. So I'm jumping rope with my 2 feet close together and both feet are landing on the ground at basically the same time. So the regular 2-foot hop is great for balance because each leg is supporting your body weight as opposed to doing, say, 1-foot hops where one leg will have to bear your body weight. So the idea here was to do approximately 100 hops. So I was counting in my head, counting loosely. So I may do more hops than I had intended, but it's all good. And then in between the various jump rope moves that I do exercise to work the legs. So as you can see, after doing the basic 2-foot hop, I went down onto the ground. And here what I'm doing is I have straightened my right leg and I've raised my foot approximately 6 to 8 inches off the ground. And I keep the toes of my feet pointed up towards the sky. This movement, while it looks easy and while it may feel easy for the first, say, 10, 20 seconds, is fantastic for working the muscles around the knees. So I was holding each leg straight for approximately 30 seconds. I highly encourage you to try this move. Raise your foot about 6 to 8 inches off the ground. Keep your legs straight. This move is fantastic for strengthening the muscles around your knee or knees. And this move could even be performed in your bed, say when you wake up in the morning. So a fantastic exercise that's very easy to include into your daily routine. And as you can see there, I did a kind of a pistol squat to get up off the ground. I didn't use my hands when I was getting up off the ground there. I just supported my body weight using a pistol squat type of motion, and I raised my hand or my body off the ground without using my hands. It's a great thing to practice, getting up off the floor or off the ground without using your hands, without placing your hands on the ground, if you can do that. So here again, I'm doing the basic 2-foot hop. And as I said, I'm using a 1/2 pound, 8'6" cross rope. I believe, yes, it is the 1/2 pound rope. I believe that's white. The rope is white, I believe, which would make it the 1/2 pound rope. And then they also have a kind of a cream color one, which is a 1/4 pound rope. So here, as you can see from the side, when I'm doing these 2-foot hops, I'm not jumping high off the ground. Remember, a jump rope is really not that thick. So in order to jump over the rope, we don't really have to jump that high. And again here, the idea was to go for approximately 100 hops. If I did a few more, it's all good. So focusing on jumping low off the ground. And as you can see, I'm rotating the rope relatively at a nice pace, not too fast, not excessively fast, not slow, but at a nice moderate pace. And now the next movement that I'm doing or exercise to target the legs is a wide foot squat. So I have my legs quite far apart, and I lowered my body down to a point where my thighs are approximately parallel to the ground. So at about a 90-degree angle. And I have my hands resting on the upper portion of my thighs close to my hips. And the idea here was to hold this position for approximately 30 seconds. So just with the first leg exercise, the leg raise, I held that for approximately 30 seconds. And with this squat too, I'm holding it for approximately 30 seconds. That's a fantastic movement. Again, no weights necessary. It's just simply using my body weight. And now here, as you can see, I am doing the jog step. And here the idea was to do 100 hops. And I was counting a hop when the right foot made contact with the ground. So I wasn't counting the left foot. Each time the right foot struck the ground, I counted that as one hop. So again, I believe I may have done a few more hops than 100, but it's all good. Sometimes I'm jumping rope, I'm just having so much fun, and I'm in a kind of a flow state, and I just sometimes lose count. But it's all good. So approximately 100 hops. And as I said, I was counting just the right foot. When the right foot touched the ground, that counted as one hop. So the jog in place. Here, I'm trying to stay light on the toes and balls of my feet, not raising the feet too high off the ground. And here, the rope speed, I was spinning it a little slower than in the previous jump rope move, where I did the basic 2-foot hop. Here, I'm spinning it a little bit slower, all the while staying light on the toes and balls of my feet, not hitting the ground with too much force, and keeping my upper body relatively upright with a slight forward lean. And you can see my neck. I'm not hunched over or bent over while I was skipping. I was trying to keep my neck relatively straight, relatively upright. And I'm getting down on the ground here again, as you can see. Getting down on the ground, just simply getting down on the ground and getting up is a fantastic exercise in and of itself for a lot of people. I like to spend a lot of time on the ground, simply watching TV, for example, or using my computer. And oftentimes I will try to get up off the ground without using my hands. So you may recognize this move again. This is the very first leg exercise that I did. And as I said, it's absolutely fantastic for strengthening the muscles around your knee. Simply raise one leg off the ground at a time. Keep the foot about 6 to 8 inches off the ground. Keep the toes of the foot pointed up towards the sky and hold the position. Here I'm aiming for approximately 30 seconds, but you can work your way up to 1 minute. And if 1 minute becomes too easy, then you can add some weights. You could say, for example, wear an ankle weight. And if you add weight, start small. Start with maybe 1 pound, and then you can increase the weight, all the while trying to work your way up to holding your leg straight like that for 1 minute. I highly encourage you to try that move. It's fantastic, really great for strengthening the muscles around your knees. And it's so easy to do. You don't need any weights. You can simply do it while lying down in your bed even. And here, this is the side straddle. So as I jump over the rope, I move my feet, my legs apart. And then as I jump over the rope again, I bring them back together. And I just repeat that action. Again, the idea was to go for 100 hops, approximately 100. So the side straddle, while it looks easy, it's quite challenging in terms of coordination and timing your hops. You don't want to spread your feet apart too wide or too quickly, because that could result in the rope getting caught in your feet, in your legs. So when you're doing side straddles, when you first start doing them, you don't have to spread your legs too far apart. You can just spread them a few inches apart and then bring them back together. And as you get more advanced, of course, you could practice bringing your legs farther apart, but it's really not necessary. So this is a fun jump rope move. It's often one of the first moves that people learn after learning the basic 2-foot bounce. But as I said, even though it might look easy, it can be quite challenging. It can be quite easy to get the rope caught in your feet, in your legs. And notice again, I'm not jumping high off the ground, staying low off the ground, staying light on the toes and balls of my feet. Yes, that is definitely the half-pound cross rope, the white rope. Again, a move that we saw earlier, the wide foot squat. So squat down to a point where the thighs are basically parallel to the ground, and hold the position for approximately 30 seconds. Oh, a nice bird just kind of flew in front of me there. So this really engages the thigh muscles. I can see here that my thigh muscles are kind of popping out there. So they're really engaged at the moment. And I can notice my knee there even started to shake a little bit. The squat like that is fantastic for working the thighs. You can also do it sitting up against a wall. Put your back up against the wall and lower your body down into a squat. And you don't have to go to a point where your thighs are parallel with the ground to begin with. You can simply lower your body down to a point where you feel somewhat challenged and then hold that position. Aim for maybe 30 seconds, work up to a minute and even longer if you want. And this is the basic boxer skip involving shifting body weight from one leg to the other. So this is an absolutely fantastic jump rope move. It's not only fun to do, it looks cool, and it's a great move to include between more intense jump rope moves to give yourself a little bit of a break. So with the basic boxer skip, because you're shifting your body weight from one leg to the other, one leg, one foot is getting a momentary rest. And all the while, as you can see there from behind, I'm not jumping high off the ground. You can see the video from behind. It can really highlight the fact that just the toes and balls of my feet are making contact with the ground. So the heels are not close to the ground when performing these basic boxer skips. So I have my body weight on the front portion of my feet. I'm not leaning back to a point that's causing my heels to lower too much. Jumping low off the ground, shifting the body weight from one leg to the other. I have several boxer skip tutorial videos, and I'll link down below to two in particular that deal with this move, the basic boxer skip, which I hope you find helpful. I've received some fantastic feedback on those two videos. People saying that it really helped them to learn how to perform the boxer skip. At first, when you try doing it, it feels a little bit strange, but watching those two tutorial videos, or even just one, I think you will be able to learn and execute the move in just one jump rope session. So now here I am again, getting down on the ground, again performing the leg raise. Keeping the foot about 6 to 8 inches off the ground, holding the leg straight. And here I have my head resting on my hands. I'm just looking up at the sky and enjoying what I see, looking at the clouds, any birds flying overhead. It's a great way to kind of slow down and appreciate the sky and what's going on around, and also getting in touch with the ground. Alternating legs, alternating feet. I have my left foot raised off the ground approximately 6 to 8 inches. Keep the legs straight, and I'm holding it for approximately 30 seconds. Really, if you take anything away from this video, I hope you try this move. Try it in your bed maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, one leg at a time. Might be a nice way just to begin your day with a relatively easy movement, in the sense that you don't need any weights. You can do it while you're lying down, but it absolutely provides so much bang for your buck. It's a great exercise for strengthening the muscles around your knee. So now this is some footage from the beginning of the freestyle session that I did. And you may have seen this clip actually in a video I published or that I put up on the channel just a few days ago. Here, I believe I did 100 crisscrosses using the basic boxer skip. So this is the same boxer skip that you would have seen just a few minutes ago, but now I've added a crisscross into the mix. And going for, say, 100 repetitions is a great move for coordination. So I really hope you enjoyed that jump rope leg workout, which was approximately 13 minutes. I did 2 exercises to work the legs, One, I did a squat, which really engages the thigh muscles. The other one I did was the leg raise. So I highly encourage you to try the leg raise and even the squat. And as I said, you can use a wall to support your upper body when doing the squat, if that helps. And then over time, you can try doing it without the wall. And another leg exercise that I did was just simply getting up off the ground without using my hands. So if you watch that footage again, notice when I was on the ground, when I got up off the ground, I didn't use my hands to get up off the ground. Rather, I kind of rolled up into a pistol squat and stood up. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that video and hope to see you in the next one. On the screen at the moment, you're seeing a picture of my jump rope related book called Jump Rope Johnny. It was an absolute joy to write, and I would love it if you check it out. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next video.